Hey there for Dragonfly and me friends. Welcome to another episode of Jean in the Kitchen. I know it's been a minute and I thought I'd actually have a lot more videos from this summer doing canning projects and whatnot. I'm really actually doing a lot of my canning now. I processed a bunch of my tomatoes and put them in freezer bags so that I could process later because the summer has been really busy. But today I wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to freeze your green onions or scallions. But first I'd like to say welcome. If this is your first time, again, I'm Jean Roman and you are at fordragonfliesandme.com on my YouTube channel. So you can go to my blog, you can go to my social media platforms and see all kinds of incredible content. But today we're going to do a Jean in the Kitchen. And so what I've done is I actually already did this video once and I forgot to turn the volume on. So thankfully I still had some green onions left out in the garden. But what I had done in my previous attempt at make my video was I had about, oh gosh, I ended up with 13 1-cup bags of cut scallions and put in the freezer. So I had these still out in the garden, which I'm going to show you what I did in the previous video. So my bad, here we are again. But before we get going, I just want to say, please, if you enjoy this video, smash the like button, smash that subscribe button, and be sure to leave me a comment. What do you freeze? I've already done some peppers that I showed you guys. I put my freezer jam, some marinara sauce, and then I just did applesauce, which is also gone in the freezer. I do both canning and freezing. So many of you may not realize you can freeze your scallions or green onions, as well as any onions that you purchase at the store. If you feel like, oh, I can't use this 5-pound, 3-pound bag of onions. Also, if you go to the grocery store and you find scallions or green onions on clearance or onions on clearance, that's a great time to purchase in bulk. Take them home, cut them up, and put them in your freezer. I'm going to kind of dice these up and show you how to put them in package them up for the freezer. But on my big onions, so my standard onions, I will actually chop those as well as sliver them. So my slivers will go into fajitas and tacos and whatnot, stuff like that. But then my diced onions will go into souffles. They will go into stir fries, soups, chilies, and any other thing that I need to cook onions with. You don't want to use your frozen onions for fresh like salad or anything because they do get mushy, obviously. But when you're cooking them, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to quickly show you guys how to take care of any green onions that you have left over from your garden or some that you may have purchased from the grocery store, or better, the farmer's market. So these have already been the roots have been removed and the outer leaves have been I've taken off the dirty part, but I did want to save one to show you if you have some. I want to just get a little closer to the camera to where you guys can see. So here it is. There's your scallion. And so here's like the most outer leaf. Okay. So you can see the leaves are layered. So I'm going to simply pull that outer leaf up and yank it off. And then now I have a nice clean onion. So any dried or yucky outer leaves, you can discard those. And then I will actually put those in, I'm going to do this one too, in my compost, I'm actually going to toss these in my raised beds. In the original video that I did explain that you don't want to throw your onions and onion peels or any compost that you want to use your onions, leftover onion peels or whatnot, into raised beds that you're going to grow any legumes in, or in your garden where you will plant legumes. And legumes are your beans, your peas, those things, because the chemical that an onion releases actually is detrimental to you getting a really nice production of your beans or peas. So the key to cutting your scallions for freezing, first, I'm going to take a bunch. You can do more than one at a time. And I'm going to watch if there's any yucky parts. I'm going to take those off. And then I'm going to take as many as I think I'm comfortable in cutting. And then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to snip off those roots. So we don't want the roots. And then we're going to toss those to the side. So just the tips. So there we go. So you can see just the tips. Now I'm going to start cutting my scallions. And I'm going to do about a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch. If you want to mince them finer, you can, but you can also use the greens. Don't toss away those precious, delicious greens. These are just phenomenal for your soups and stir fries, fried rice. This is the best. And then what I'm going to do after I get all of these cut is I am going to put them in 1 cup measures in little uh, baggies. And these are not necessarily freezer bags, which is okay, because I'm going to put all those individual 1 cups into a freezer bag. And then those are going to work perfectly for anything that I need. So I've got a little brown one there. I don't want that in there. So then I'm going to take my 1 cup measure, put that there. I'm going to stack them. I'm going to fill up my cup. I'm going to pack it down because, as you know, onions always shrink down. So there's that. I'm going to quickly put that into my 1 cup or my little Ziploc baggie. I'm going to roll it out to get as much of the air out as possible. And then I'm going to zip it. So it's kind of almost like sealed like that. So this is going to be wonderful during the winter time before next spring when I can grow my own onions again. But this is going to be what tides us over. So I'll probably get about another 3 more bags. So I'll end up with about 16 bags. I have a bunch of onions in root storage, which I also explained in my first video. If you have the opportunity to go to a farmer's market and purchase onions in 25-pound bags and think, well, what am I going to do with them? Well, if you can freeze them, if you have freezer space, this is what you want to do. And you just want to dice them or sliver them. I have several bags of onions in my garage right now. And if you have a garage, especially if it's insulated, you can take a little corner, kind of like pack it around with like either boxes or something that you can kind of make this little space, and you can keep potatoes and onions, winter squash, even carrots out there. Carrots are another story. You need to actually pack those in sand and to preserve them, which is a whole nother blog. If you go to my blog at www.fordragonfliesandme.com, you can actually search for that. I do teach people how to preserve all your root storage crops in my blog. It was from several years ago, but it's still pertinent, and it's what you would want to follow rules for today. So if you do have something like that, you can easily store things in your garage. But again, make sure it's insulated, or you have a corner that's right by the house that is not going to, but you need to protect them so they don't freeze. If you do not have that, but if you have a basement, if you have a closet that you can put those things in, that is ideal as well. You do not want to put onions and potatoes, onions and apples in the same space. Again, the fumes that the onion releases, the stuff that makes our eyes water, that is going to actually make your potatoes and your apples rot faster. They'll make your potatoes sprout more quickly and whatnot. So lots of easy ways to store. And if you want more information on that, you can definitely go to my blog. I am going to finish up these onions, and I just want to give you guys, the holidays are coming up, and this is my cookbook, Lovingly Seasoned Eats and Treats, which you can purchase at my blog at fordragonfliesandme.com. And this recipe book is incredible. It has almost 500 pages with close to 1,000 recipes, 100 of them my own. And the canning section alone has over 100 recipes. Excellent, excellent book for the beginner or the tried and true preserver, canning, freezing, drying. But this is a great gift. It's great for you. You can purchase the soft cover spiral bound, or you can purchase a downloadable PDF version of it. So great content in there for you, friends. But I'm going to finish cutting these up, and I'm going to be showing pictures on social media so you won't miss the finished product. But I would love for you to, again, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and be sure to leave me a comment. Tell me what you're freezing. What did you put up in the freezer or your can shelves this year? I love your feedback. But as always, friends, I am going to say, as I get my little button here ready to shut down, be sure to eat fresh, shop local, and have a happy day. And we'll see you at the next time. Bye now, friends.